Since the Steam Deck has come out, the PC master race people have been basically saying that the Nintendo Switch is gonna be dead. No one's gonna be buying Nintendo Switches anymore. Yeah. After the disaster that was Wii U, against all odds, they were a bit more likely to carry a new market for themselves. Unfortunately, success was short-lived, because the stack has stolen this market from Nintendo's feet, offering a better price and performance value proportion. I don't think most Nintendo people who buy Nintendo Switch care about the games having, 4K, 8K graphics, and even be able to run Nintendo's entire historical gaming. What I know about the script of this concept of Nintendo Switch Online. Oh yes, because you can play emulators on the Steam Deck. Nintendo was always a ride on first-party titles to sell the system. Unfortunately, these trickle out at snail's pace. Because Nintendo is so accustomed to its development of HD titles, with incredible resources that they have this generation, Nintendo has worked around them by making the Switch as a platform of choice for indie titles and also selling ports. Unfortunately, they can no longer count on this as the Switch 2. The deck is a superior version for all indie games for no extra cost, whereas Nintendo was silly too greedy about any purchases to carry over Switch to Switch 2. Ports are one trick pony, and everybody has bought them. They cannot use the same tactic for Switch 2. Switch 2 may have a brief window of a superior hybrid gaming console was on the market. Unfortunately, those days are numbered because Valve confirmed they're working on a deck successor, which will have better price and performance than the Switch 2 without the need to rebuy expensive purchases. With Nintendo dipping its toes in the world movies, clearly recognize the gaming days are numbered. Unfortunately, not even the Mario movie trailer is very good viewing videos on YouTube. Unfortunately, the future is not looking bright for Nintendo, even those in the Nintendo Switch subreddit are beaming the hardware and backwards packages of Nintendo. So according to this guy, the Switch is doomed because of the Steam Deck. That no one is buying a Switch. Okay. Well, who was the best-selling console of the year? The best-selling console of the year was the Nintendo Switch. But when did the Steam Deck come out? It came out this year? January 2023? The best-selling console of the US was the PlayStation 5 because of Call of Duty and God of War 4, even though Pokemon came out. The best-selling game consoles of all time. The Nintendo Switch, they haven't updated those numbers because, of course, that's Nintendo's official numbers, but the Switch is the third best-selling console of all time, and the third console passed on to 20 million copies. The Steam Deck only sold 1 million. Yep. The Steam Deck, this is what the Steam Deck is at. It's with such great consoles like the Atari 7800, Atari Lynx, Philips CDI, Telstar, and Atari 5200. Consoles that nobody knows. So only 1 million Steam Decks have been shipped. So the Steam Deck isn't selling as well as the Switch. For every 2 Switches, for every 10 Switches are sold, 1 Steam Deck is sold. But the Steam Deck was supposed to replace the Switch. It was supposed to outsell the Switch. It was supposed to be the best-selling version of the console. So, it was supposed to outperform the Switch this year, according to PC fanboys. So that means the Steam Deck, which has sold 1 million units in about 7 months. That means they're expecting 5 million lifetime. Which means, as much as the PC fanboys want to rave about how great the Steam Deck is selling, the Steam Deck is a very expensive console. And all it really does is play Steam games portably. Unless those people want to pirate Nintendo games on the Steam Deck, most people are still buying a Switch. Nintendo will survive a post-Steam Deck world, considering the Steam Deck has only sold 1 million units. And the fact that 19 million Switches have been sold, which means 19 Switches were sold for every Steam Deck sold in 2022. And Nintendo expects to sell 20 million Switches this year. The Switch might even pass the PS2 and the DS. But Nintendo can't compete with the Steam Deck. This is considered impossible, according to this guy. Steam Deck has had almost no impact on Switch sales. Yes, Nintendo has better contracts and parts what Valve can get, simply because of the giant manufacturer. Valve is still a niche in the field. Switch successor will still sell miles better than the deck. The Switch will Switch 2 or Nintendo's next console, unless it's another Wii U failure, will still sell miles better than the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck's successor. There's just no way the Steam Deck is ever going to impact Nintendo's sales. Unless Nintendo does a massive screw up or something, like of the Wii U, Nintendo's likely to outsell the Steam Deck massively. Heck, the Wii U still managed to sell 14 million copies, despite being one of Nintendo's worst consoles of all time. Time. So it's time that these people realize that the Steam Deck is likely going to sell around 5 to 6 million units lifetime, which is pretty impressive for a niche console. The Steam Deck only does a niche console. It's not going to sell hundreds of millions of it's not going to sell tens of millions of copies like the Switch does every year. And that's the end of this video. Goodbye.